Yo, what's good? This is take two. Take one, it was connected to my headphones and the audio sounds like absolute shit, so I'm just gonna redo it. Maybe it's a sign that the first one was just super bad and that I should redo it. So hopefully this one goes better because the other one was like really shitty. So yeah, so with these weekly recaps, what I'm gonna do is just look and review, kind of like quickly review the previous trades that I took this week, and then just say what I'm like a recap of the week and then what I'm looking for in the next week. Not like it's not like chart based, but yeah. So first trade I took was this one here, Tuesday. Let me just look at the MetaTrader. So actually, no, the day prior to this, on Monday, there was a Euro USD setup that I saw, but I don't have it because I didn't actually like do anything off of it. But it's probably in the trade recap video somewhere. But what happened was that there was news at 7:45, and my plan says not to trade on like 1 hour, like not to enter into a trade 1 hour prior to news. So around like 6:50ish, I saw a setup kind of, and I didn't see a proper break of structure kind of thing. But I think I just FOMOed into the setup, and then I entered, and then shortly realized that I'm trading off of emotions. So then I just closed the position at like break, kind of close to break even. It was like 45 cents deficit. But yeah, so what can I learn from that? Freaking follow my plan, because if I followed my plan initially, it'll prevent me from taking the losses that could come, like unnecessary losses. So today, on this trade, this was Euro USD. This is a pretty good trade I took. It's like a A-tier setup for me. Also, what I'm gonna start doing, I'll just get into that later, but there's like a pretty good setup. 4 hours bearish. I don't know what the 1 hour is probably bullish, but took out London highs and then made a move down. I remember this one, I did not manage my position properly at all. I took way too many partial positions on this, and it caused me to make only like $25 when I risked $24, even though this is like a 1 to 2.5 risk reward, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, I made like 31, but yeah, it was a 1 to 4 risk reward. Like I really messed this shit up. If I just took partials at proper, like if I took partials here and took partials here and then partials here, could have made way more bread. But so I took a partial, like I took a partial here, took a partial here, then took a partial here, and then took another partial here, another partial here, and then took partial, like last partials over here. So I low-key messed this shit up really bad. But yeah, something to learn. Just don't look at the charts after entering a position. That would prevent me from like doing extra stuff that are unnecessary when in a position, and also have predefined like way better take profits. So yeah, so this was like the next trade I took, GU. This one was a loss. Like on TradingView, it doesn't look like a loss. Like I had the stop loss right there, but I don't think I put enough gap to account for spread and commission. Well, commission doesn't count, but spread. Spread stopped me out, I'm pretty sure. Price came right up to the high that I had the stop loss above, but I just don't think I had enough. So right now what I'm gonna do is just every time I'll just move the stop loss like minimum of 2.5 pips above. I think that's enough for a stop. I think that's enough for spread. I'll probably just look at the FTMO website just to make sure. I don't know where you find it, but I'll just find it later. But yeah, this was a pretty good setup as well. It's just I got a bit unlucky and got stopped out right at the edge of the wick, and then price hit take profit. But this one didn't move as well, like to the downside, but not super pissed about that. Next thing was this here. This one, this was a pretty good setup as well. Price came into the London low and then broke structure to the upside. However, there was news at like 6. Wait, no, I don't think there was news this day. I think yeah, there was no news today, so this was actually, but I don't even know if there was news, but I don't think there was. Yeah, so price, this is a pretty good setup too. It's just we didn't exactly take out the Asian low, but we already took out London low, so I was thinking that we could move higher and take out the London highs after that. But well, actually no, there was news today, I think. Yeah, there was news, because I would have entered off of this break of structure to the upside, but there was no break of structures though. There was no break of structure afterwards, so I didn't. Okay, wait, but I don't even remember. I'm like 99% sure there was news. Yeah, so there was news. There was news at 6:30. And I didn't enter off of this break of structure because of that news. So then I waited a little bit, and then I waited for confirmation to the upside. But yeah, so I looked for a break of like a fair value gap, like an inverse fair value gap, and I entered off of that, and price just went down. So not super mad about that, I guess. But this was a pretty decent setup. Maybe just be more cautious after news. I should have probably risked 0.125. I'm pretty sure that's a rule I have. I just didn't follow my plan with this one. I could have minimized this loss to just, yeah, could have minimized it quite a bit if I just de-risked myself. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do from now on, just make sure after news, just de-risk myself, because you never know what markets will do. So yeah, or I don't know. I need to think about this more deeply. Do I want to enter? Do I? Because this is actually a pretty good setup. I think I just got unfortunate with this. Price just moved in the opposite direction. But regardless, I still think it's probably a good idea to de-risk after news. So yeah, what I'll do is if I'm trading after news, I'll just de-risk myself. Maybe 75% risk, or like 75% of what I usually risk, or 50% of what I usually risk. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I think this was kind of like just an unfortunate loss that I have to go through. But yeah, that was this. Next one. This was a small loss again. This one was pretty like, this was like kind of unnecessary trade I think I took. What happened was that like all of the highs have been taken out prior to New York session open, and I thought that once they had a retracement to that high, I thought we could like make a move down. But I think what I'm gonna do is like, if there is if the high gets taken out, like, because I'm pretty sure highs got taken out like 5:30. So what I'm gonna do is like, I'll only like allow like 30 minute from New York session, like 30 minutes prior to New York session, before like, wait, what am I even saying? 30 minutes prior to New York session, if it interacts with the high, I'll consider the high valid. However, if it is 30 minutes, if it's like 30 minutes, if it's more prior than 30 minutes prior to the New York session, then I won't consider it valid. Yeah. So, because this was at like 5:30, so this is like 2 prior to the 30 minutes prior. So, but I don't even know what I'm saying, but yeah, I wouldn't consider this valid. So now in hindsight, I'm like, yo, what the heck was that? What the heck was I looking at? I really thought this trade was gonna work out though, because like price was moving down in my direction, but then there was immediate reversal and then immediate downside. So probably with that, I should have just known that this was probably not gonna work. I did close 50% at break even, so I didn't lose a full 0.25%. I only lost like 0.8 or something. So I'm not really mad about that, but I feel like this was an unnecessary trade to take, and now in the future I'll just keep that in mind. Boom, I'm burping so much. Okay, so last trade was yesterday, Euro USD. This was a good trade. This was an A-tier setup, I would say. There was news though at 6:30, and I did de-risk this one. I risked 0.13 or something, or 0.15, something like that. But yeah, I was able to make like 0.26, so I'm pretty happy about this. I managed my position pretty well. I was just eager to get out of this because I was kind of like risking a lot, so I just wanted to move my stop to break even so I couldn't lose anything. But yeah, I think I managed this position pretty well. I did get a big greedy though at the end. Like once I saw this was gonna be like my final take profit, but then once I saw like these ones get hit pretty fast, I was like, yo, maybe we could set my eyes on these ones up here. So I set up to here. So yeah, what I could learn from this. Oh, I also got like a bit of feelings of like FOMO because news came out, and then I was like, yo, price is moving in without me. Like, what am I gonna do? And then I entered off. I was a bit rushed in entering this, and I almost mixed up GU and EU. So yeah, what I could learn from this, number one, if I'm faced with two different setups, I should just focus on one setup rather than risking myself like messing up two setups. I should just focus on getting an ideal setup on one of them instead of messing both of them up, and then looking for potential retracement on the other stuff that's like less worth, like which has like less better risk reward or less confidence kind of thing. And then number two, set proper take profits, like set like super like extraneous kind of set, like not extraneous, but like far runners just in case. Has potential for price to go to, but yeah, this was a pretty good setup. Not mad about it, but I think I could just work on my emotions of like FOMO and feeling rushed, and then also greed as well. And then that's all the trades I took this week. I took a GU trade similar to this one, but this one like it was pretty similar. Just I only made like $2 off that because like I stopped off for break even after taking first take profit, because I was like just eager to get out of it. So I took 6 trades. I think that was a bit too much. I can't lie. 3 wins, 3 losses. Down $6.88. Not bad, but could be worse. But yeah, so I'm gaining confidence. I would say just within 0.25, I feel more confident in my strategy. I know what I'm looking for. I know what my edge looks like. I know what it feels like. I know what it tastes like. I know what I like. I know all that. And then I just should be looking for high quality setups. And then just don't take extra trades, and also just don't look at the chart after entering a trade, because that would prevent me from managing my position poorly. So yeah, that's probably what these weekly recaps are going to look like coming on now. Sorry if this one was a bit like bad, because this is like second take. So yeah. that is all. I was gonna say, oh yeah. So what I'm gonna like, so from now on, what I'm gonna do, because now that I know like these setups show up properly, I'm gonna call this an A tier setup. Like this one and this one, these are A tier setups, I would say, because this is like what I'm ideally looking for. So what I found was like with the previous couple, like, and like from back to, like from my demo accounts too, from looking at it, when the 4 hour, wait, no. What was I even gonna say now? Okay, so this is an 8 tier setup, right? Okay, I'm just gonna cut out the other part, but this is an 8 tier setup. And what I usually find is that on these days, Euro USD and GBP USD are both in line. Like they're gonna do the same thing on both of them. So when EU and GU are looking the same, like they have like the same structure, and they both look like a similar setup, I'll call that an A tier setup. Okay, then a B tier setup is gonna be like if they're just not in line. So this would be like a full percent risk. Then if they're not in line, I'll probably do like 0.5 or 0.75. And then a C tier setup would be like a short off of a low or like a long off of a high, because I feel like those are a bit less probable. But I'll just do like 0.4 or like 0.3 on those kind of setups. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Because originally what I had was like if the 4 hour and 1 hour are not in line, then I would de-risk. But all of these trades, the 4 hour and 1 hour, are not in line. You know, so yeah. So to recap, an 8 tier setup, 4 hour is in line with the liquidity sweep, and GU and EU are moving similarly. A B tier setup is the exact same as a A tier setup, except GU and EU are not in line. And then a C tier setup is just like the rare occasion of when there's like a short off of a low or like a long off of a high position. So yeah, that's it. I'll add that to my plan. I'll also find out what the spread is, like a proper spread. But yeah, that's it. I'll make a quarterly recap tomorrow. Just like looking at like the past quarter and what I want to do in the future quarter. But yeah, that is all. Goodbye.